Listen, I'm not sure.
Well, hello everyone. This is the Not So Sad Panda here saying hello. How's everyone doing today? Hope you all are doing pretty good. So I know this is a little late, but timing. That's all I have to say.
This was awful.
So, uh, welcome to Beyond Two Souls. This is the first impressions, so we're going to be showing some gameplay and going through some of the things I've seen and noticed so far.
I'm sure everybody will like you.
So as you can see, we have two characters right here. You may recognize them as Ellen Page and Willem Dofoe, which if you're not familiar with who Ellen Page is, she's played in Juno and Inception, but to me she'll always be the girl from Juno, doesn't matter. And Willem Dafoe, you may recognize him from Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, or was it 2000 or 2002, I think that one was made, and Boondock Saints.
It's gonna be all right.
He played the investigator.
I'll pick you up at 5. Have fun.
So yes, those two characters are modeled after real life people. Actually, if you've ever seen anything on Beyond Two Souls via the PlayStation Store or online or whatever, they actually went really in depth and had them like act out full scenes with like facial graph things, I guess. And yes, as you can see, there are interaction buttons, which is like on that microphone. So then you just use your directional left D-pad, or not D-pad, but was it that D? No, D-pad's right. Or the never mind. Use the thumbstick, right thumbstick, to interact with things. And I picked this level and further than this, mostly because this one shows a good portion of things. And the level right after that shows some other things, so I'm gonna try to get through this quickly.
Everyone, this is Jodie. She's in.
And yes, also another important character in this is Aden, and he is a entity, quote unquote, and is Link to Jodie,
Party time.
and
Guys, do the shadows,
like
girls, do the candles, and
they have like a weird relationship because I would describe him as a symbiote or whatever. Because if he gets too far away from Jodie, apparently it like really hurts her. Oh. So I don't know, but he can also what's that? Control other people, and of course, you know, he's he's an entity that has no uh, physical limitations of strength, so he could flip cars, break windows, which you'll you'll see right in here. Because the girl's birthday party, if you didn't read the subtitles, is a girl that basically more or less helps uh, Willem Dafoe's character, which is Nathan, study me.
yeah, cool, sure. Hey, don't choke on it. I bet it's your first time.
Oh yeah.
No, I've had some before.
So we have a choice coming up here. I'm just gonna let it go ring through because the game will answer, I guess, like the default answer for certain questions. Um, so let's see what happens because I normally answer all my own questions. Yeah, make room, bitches. Here you can see we have dynamic like scenes go on. which is pretty much how I would describe all the gameplay thus far, is honestly you're in a long cutscene with dynamic quick time events.
Awesome.
So I'm not gonna let that one be default. Mostly because I answered it. And once again, we can interact with objects, but because you do have moral decisions in here, you can choose revenge. If you see, you could choose to drink, not drink.
Hi. Hi, I'm Matt. Jodie, right?
No, my name's not Jodie.
You don't take classes on base?
Go ahead. Oh, is this gonna be one of the? Okay, yeah, yeah. Sociable goes away, and then auto answers reserved.
Teacher.
Right. Because I sure do remember if I'd seen you around before.
So,
So.
until we get to Aden, there's not much to talk about because there's not a lot of story yet. I ran into
I've never met
like
her. Her mom works.
what's that called?
And that's why I was invited.
An actual story bit,
In London before I moved here.
but don't really want to ruin it for those. But more or less,
On the base.
obviously Aden comes from another place,
Any hobbies?
and apparently the government, of course, was trying to get more things like Aden, because obviously having something on your side that can lift, destroy, and kill people without a physical person ever having to be there, of course, would be a gigantic advantage.
Why are you in Unit 4?
So that's something that's unfolding on the level I'm currently at. I'm not too far in, but
No, that's okay.
a little bit more than where I am now. And all the missions, this one and the next one, are actually pretty long, or I don't know if I call them missions, I call them like maybe story sequences. And story sequences aren't really that long except for a couple of them. Like I said, this one and the next one I remember being fairly long, but there are some of them where you have a little story cutscene and then that's it. And hopefully this will hurry up so I can play as Aden. And as you can see, you have to tilt the controller certain ways because unlike the Xbox, you do have a little bit of move sensitivity in the controller. And
Do you say that to all the girls you meet?
in the PlayStation 4, that will become even more and more apparent. Also, something I thought would be cool with this is
I guess you could say that.
my first thought was when I first seen how this game would be being used when I was in the demo, my first thought was, wow, this would be really awesome with the touchpad for the PlayStation 4. And actually, there is an app you can download that's called Beyond Touch, I think. Yeah, Beyond Touch. And you can actually sync that up with your PlayStation via the Bluetooth from your smartphone, and then actually move, control, and use all that fun stuff with the touchpad. Or, not with the touchpad, but with your,
Alright then. So, what are you gonna do, Jodie?
with your smartphone. Which I thought was really cool. Although, I think it goes better. I think it'd be better if it was on the PlayStation 4, because then you have the controller. And you have the move on there. And I don't know, I think it'd be weird not to have both in the same place. But as you can see here, I can start terrorizing these poor people as Aden. And you just, like, take control, and then you have to move the buttons in or out or down, or just depending on what you're trying to do. Normally, intimidate is move in, move out is throw,
I found someone.
and like move down like this, or move down like this is throw. Move in is normally intimidate. If they're orange, that means kill, and all that. And
Okay, I've had enough.
Yeah.
oh no, 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 you haven't had enough yet.
That was really scary.
You guys wanted to see, and
Anyone?
now you're all.
You guys insisted, and
Right, okay, guys, it's time to eat that delicious.
But yeah, there's, like I said, there's not too much going on just yet. I do have a couple story questions.
Actually, the cake can wait. I'm opening my gifts first.
More or less, like, for one of the very first things you run in is Jodie is in a police station with a cop, and he asks, "What's the scar in the back of your head?"
An infuriating
And then Aden insists on throwing a coffee cup across the room.
future lover wants to thank
Dramatic,
you
yeah.
for making his life
But my question is, what is with the scar in the back of the head? Because is that how Aden got in? Did she get hurt? What's going on with that? Maybe like
really rare collection.
Aden, people that are entities can only enter people that have had like brain surgery. Did she have brain surgery when she was a little kid, or
No, and it's really
Uh,
rare.
things like that? And when does this game take place? Because it's a little confusing.
I can't believe you came all the way to my birthday party.
Mostly because
You think she's so clever.
you
She's just a little lab rat.
A freaky little
you're
lab.
on one of the levels.
She's been
You
around like a puppy all evening.
you're in a house. You're in your house, like your family's house, before when Aiden's starting to become a part of you
Yeah, she's
and all that. And you're a little girl at that point, so you're scared, of course. Which that's a little intimidating. At the age she was probably at, I would say probably like 8, 9, maybe even younger. Because Ellen Page is a very short person. So I think she's only like 4'8", and I think she's like 22. So,
Please, please let me out.
but
First moment I saw her. I'm begging you, please let me out.
yeah. Wow, I'm getting super sidetracked today. But yeah, my question is, when is it? Because there are things in the house that don't make sense for the time era. Because there are cordless phones, which I'm pretty sure they didn't have in the early 90s. Or at least not the kind that they show was fairly nice, modern looking cordless phone. And she had toe socks. And I don't live in some place that normally gets cold, so I really wouldn't know. But toe socks, I think, are fairly new. I honestly don't know. But then her dad, this is all on the same level, by the way. Her dad has a big white brick for a computer, like one of those big white monitors that are like, I don't know, 30 pounds and crap like that. So I'm just like, cordless phone, toe socks, 80s, maybe early 90s computer. That doesn't make any sense. And also something you don't. Revenge is the answer.
Go, Aden.
Sorry. But yeah, something that you'll notice very quickly is you actually go back and forth a lot between young you, adult you, teenage you, and it's there's no clear indication of what's going on. Like I get a little confused at least on what's going on, because you'll have young you, adult you, young you, adult you, teen you, and it's just like, can we go on a story sequence? Like, maybe I'm not sure what order they're trying to tell this story in. So it's a little difficult to keep track. So it's like, oh, well, you know, is the reason they're doing this for story or answer reason? Like, here's a question, here's the answer. Here's a question, here's the answer. And more or less, why is it that direction instead of, you know, just chronological? Oh, no, oh, ew, mommy, ew. Yeah. So, I'm just going to be evil with Aden. Terrorize these children that were picking on this other poor child. Just because she's a little different.
Who did that?
As you can see, Aden can be very vicious with the breaking of glass, throwing objects, not just scaring, but he can honestly hurt you if he wants to. Because if... Oh, please. Oh, I was hoping I can do it to the chair in his hand. Oh no, run! Yeah. And this gets fairly dramatic. I mean, you'll see what I do with this chest and I can do with the refrigerator. And if that was in my house, I'd just be like... Well, I don't even know what that was, but... Cough, sneeze at the same time. Oh, is she dead? Ooh. Might just be knocked out, I hope. No, not really. The couch or the candle? Candle. Hot wax. Sounds funnier.
What are you doing, Aiden? You're going too far. You've got to stop.
Okay, I'll stop for now. Yeah, but I'm assuming... I mean, I stopped, but... I'm assuming if you're playing... And you're playing... Jodie, and you have control over Aden, you could probably kill them if you want to. Because I could have easily set the drapes on fire. But... I'll be in control today. I'll say no. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. There are slow motion events. However, I don't want to do a whole bunch of editing, and I really don't want to drag this video on. But there are slow motion events where you use your directional pad, or your directional thumbstick, not your directional pad. I keep wanting to use the D-pad and the directional pad. I don't know why, but maybe because the only game you can ever use that for is Mortal Kombat. But yeah, you can decide what you want to do. In certain fighting situations, when it's in slow motion, you can decide if you want to punch or block left, if you want to punch or block right, if you want to kick, if you want to duck. And the game does punish you for making the wrong move. So, I haven't seen any, like, I guess, actual or dramatic difference, because, you know, I haven't played the sequences out 4 times and then chosen a different thing to see if it changes. But, yeah, and I haven't come across dying yet, so I'm not sure if that's a thing. But yeah, I definitely think this game is worth a look at. If it's the sort of thing you're into, or if you've liked the game Falling Rain, because this is by the same guy and apparently has very similar gameplay. I've never played Falling Rain, so don't take my word for it. It's just what I've heard.
My name is Nathan.
But yeah, I think it's really good. I think it has a very intriguing story, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. Like, I think it's going that direction. But I like things like the paranormal and stuff, so this is really cool. And honestly, I don't really care about Jodie or Nathan or anyone else. I just want to play as Aden and destroy things and mess with people, personally. But yep, that's going to be it for me today, folks. This has been the Not So Sad Panda, signing out. like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you all later. Bye-bye.